Hi and welcome to my channel. Thanks for clicking on this video. Today we are going to be making this cute gingerbread cookie sheet. So please like, share, and subscribe. So let's go over some of the items that we will need. First, I got this cookie sheet at Dollar Tree. Then I got these ornaments from Walmart, but you can get them at any ones you want from anywhere, and some different embellishments and some bows. And then we have some glitter here, and some white paint, and some tacky glue, toothpick, hot glue, some different sprinkles, which I made from polymer clay, and I do have a video. And then some air dry foam clay. I get some off of Facebook from creators, some Amazon, some spackle from Home Depot, some Bose air dry foam clay, which I get off of Amazon. So first I'm just going to put a little bit of water here to have ready with some paint brushes to spread out the spackle when it comes to time. But first let's make some items that we can use on the cookie sheet. So you can either make your own ornaments or you can purchase them. You can purchase the embellishments if you don't want to make anything homemade. But if you do, you can make it all. It's just really up to you. But here I'm conditioning the air dry foam clay and then rolling it out. And I'm going to take the circle cutter, which I got off of Amazon. And we're going to be making a macaron. So I'm cutting 2 circles. And then I'm going to also do white for the center of the macaron. I'm going to take a toothpick and I'm just going to go around the sides, pressing in on it, separating it in half. And then below the toothpick line, I'm just going to pull it out. And do the same for the other one. And then just kind of pull it out like that. And go all around the cookie. And now we're going to roll out though and do the center in the white, but we do not have to do the toothpick step with it. We're just going to put that in between the 2 pink pieces. And then I'm going to take this little snowflake and I'm going to press that down in the center. You can put a little bit of tacky glue on the back of that to help it stick down in the cookie as well. Here I'm going to mix some of the green with the white just because I don't want it to be such a dark green. Then I'm going to roll this out in a snake. And we're going to make a candy cane out of this. So set the green aside, and now I'm going to do a white one. And again, I'm going to try to roll out a snake, and I'm going to try to make it approximately the same size as the green snake so we can line them up alongside each other. And we're going to twist them together to make a candy cane. So once they're the same size, you just line them up right next to each other, have them touching, cut off the excess, and then I'm just holding it and I'm just twisting it. And then I'm going to gently roll it out, putting a little bit of pressure. And then I'm going to make the hook and cut off the excess. And then I'm going to take an air dry foam clay bow and attach that. This one was already made and dry, so I'm just attaching it with some tacky glue. If it was wet clay, it would adhere and you would not need the glue. So now we're going to set that aside. We're going to make another one. Again, just twisting it. And then gently rolling it out. Give it the hook. And I'm trying to size it up so it's about the same size as the other one. Cut off the excess. And then we're also going to add a pink bow to this one. And with these silicone molds, either a little water, I find it works best with oil. And then just rub it in until it fits inside the mold. And today, for whatever reason, I guess because I'm recording, it was not wanting to work, so I had to do it several times, but that's okay. I didn't have any oil near me, so I was just using water. But again, I said oil works best, so I would go with that. Then you won't have to do it as many times as me here. It'll pop right out with the oil. So as I fuss with that, sorry about that, but today it was just extra fussy. I usually don't have that much trouble, but again, I'm recording, so that's how it can go. So now that we have the candy canes, let's move on to making the next thing. I'm mixing some of the cookie dough with a little bit of white to make it lighter, to make more of a sugar cookie. And you're going to use 2 different size circles, the bigger size to cut the cookie, and then the size down smaller to cut out the icing to go on top of it. And again, because the clay is moist, you can just go ahead and stick that together and it'll stick and adhere to each other without using any glue. If your air dry foam clay is dry, however, you will want to use glue, tacky glue. So now I'm going to rub some tacky glue on top of that, and then I'm going to take some polymer sprinkles and put a couple on top of that for the sugar cookie. I'm going to keep going with the theme of pink and green, so I'm also going to make a green sugar cookie. And when you're not working with your clay, I wouldn't let it sit out long. Put the excess back in the bag because it will dry out. So don't let it sit out for long periods of time. So here I'm making the green sugar cookie. And you can really make whatever other cookies that you want, Christmas cookies, to go on the tray. It doesn't have to be what I'm making, but here's just some ideas. You can use peppermint candies as well. You could do chocolate chip cookies or whatever other kind of cookie that you would like. And now I'm going to make a donut. I'm taking the circle cutter and a smaller circle cutter to cut out the whole of the donut. And when you're taking the clay out of the little round thing, I find it easier if you get another piece of clay and grab a hold of it from the bottom. It'll stick to it and pull out the clay from inside the circle. And I'm smoothing out around my donut. You use a little bit of water to get out any marks that you might have made with your nail or whatever. And now I'm going to roll out the icing, and I'm just going to lay it over the top of the cookie. And then I'm going to press it down on the sides a little bit. And then I'm going to take the paintbrush and just push down the clay down the hole. And then I'm going to take some puffy paint and just make some white icing drip over the top of the donut. And then adding a little bit of glitter on the top just to give it a little extra shine. And now I'm going to do the same process, but I'm going to be making it with, again, I'm keeping the theme pink and green. So I'm going to make a green donut. So in a few minutes and ahead in the video, I will go ahead and apologize. I had some camera difficulty, so it cut off and stopped recording my video. For whatever reason, the camera stopped working, so I apologize. Coming up, I'm going to be switching all that I've done in the color scheme, switching to traditional, because again, I didn't realize it stopped recording until I was done with the project. So I'm just picking it up with traditional colors where I left off, where this video stopped recording. So we're going to be moving to traditional colors, so sorry for the confusion, but I just had some recording difficulties. So here again, I'm just putting the paintbrush down the center, and I'm going to do the puffy paint on top. and some glitter. Everything's better with glitter. And we'll put some tacky glue on top of the sugar cookie and also add sprinkles to that. And then we have our items pretty much ready for the cookie sheet. So then we'll start prepping that next. And before you do the spackling, just kind of place it and try to figure out the design you want, where you want it placed. Just play with it and see what you like best. Again, it doesn't have to be positioned like mine, just do whatever you like. Now that I figure out what I want to do, I have white spackle and I'm going to mix it with white paint. And then I'm taking a big popsicle stick and I'm just rubbing it and covering it over the cookie sheet. And now that I've done that, I'm going to take a paintbrush and some water and just smooth it out so it doesn't have all the marks in it and it just makes it a smoother finish. And here now you will see that I've switched to traditional colors. So I've got those ornaments there on the table from Hobby Lobby. And then I made the donuts and the candy canes and the sugar cookies, just like I did before, but in traditional colors. So I'm just taking the scissors and twisting that little silver hook off and pulling it out and removing it on both of those. But again, I got those at Hobby Lobby, but you can get ornaments, any gingerbread ornament that you choose, that you like. Go ahead and use those. And I'm just going to press that down into the spackling. And now I'm going to place in my other embellishments, the different candy canes and cookies I made. And then we will, and I added glitter to the white spackle before I started putting everything down. Go ahead and do glitter all over it. And when you put in your stuff, just gently press down to it so it will adhere to the spackle. You could put tacky glue on the bottom of your candy cane and cookies. That'll help it stick even better. I'm taking these little gingerbreads, which I found this pack on Amazon, and it comes with a few different styles of gingerbread and the traditional colors. So I'm just sporadically putting those in and putting some peppermint candies down in. And we will also do some sprinkles. And then once you put all those in, I'm just taking that tip of a paintbrush just to gently press down in my mint candies and sprinkles so that way it adheres to the spackling better and it won't fall out. So just put as many or as few as you like of the embellishments going all around. And this can be, place this anywhere in your kitchen. I'm going to be putting it above my cabinets in my kitchen, being propped up. So you can style and decorate with this in different ways. Just have fun with it. But I just thought this was a really cute and fun idea. Leave me a comment and let me know if you're going to give this a try. Again, you can make all the items, or you could buy all the items, or do a mix like I did. Just have fun with it as the Christmas season approaches. And just let me know in the comments too, do you prefer the pastels or are you a traditional? I do a mixture of both in my house. I kind of like it all. So let me know what's your preference in the comments. I would love to hear it. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. I will show you in a moment, in the end, the pastel one. And you saw the picture of that in the beginning of the video. So I will show you that again at the end here. So if you want to hang around for that. And on the edges of the cookie sheet, on the pastel one, I have the mint candies in the bow. So you could either do nothing on the edges, or you can add some fun designs on the tip like I did with the pastel one. But again, thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned. I have a lot more fun crafts coming out leading up to Christmas. So I hope you have a great day. Thanks again so much for watching. Bye-bye.